Welcome to the Tom Matt Show. You are walking through the front door of the retirement zone. And now, your host, Tom Matt.
Welcome, everyone. Welcome to this week's episode of the Tom Matt Show. Appreciate everybody so much. Holiday season coming and going, all those good times. I like to think that we live in the holiday season all the time. That's the way we work here. It's all about providing good information and entertainment and educational stuff. And that's the fun thing about the radio program, everybody, is like we just want to bring you good guests, new people, new things. And that's where we go. Last week, my buddy Quinn Magnuson was joining us from his new pad in way up by British Columbia. He's unbelievable. Effort over results, EOR. Look up effort over results and Quinn Magnuson. Guy's blowing up. Crazy. Why do we work hard was the title of that episode. Why do we work hard? Well, because it's good for us. That's the whole point of life. I mean, you don't want to go through life and not do things. So here we go. Today's show, calling this one, Getting Healthier, Advancements in Patient Care, with a little subtitle of Pain Management. And here's where we're going with this one, everybody, before I tell you my guest name. This is going to revolve around my knee replacement somewhat, because this is how I met this young man, and he's an entrepreneur who's helped me. And the story will come out as we talk about this. But if you're getting ready for a knee replacement, like I just went through with both of mine, and it's going really, really well right now. It's been 6 weeks on my latest and like 9 weeks on my, or 3 months on my other one. It's been phenomenal. But the first few weeks is not that great. And so it's all about how you manage things. And pain management is so important with, we have so much chronic pain in this world. It's crazy. Janis Grigans is going to be our guest today. It's going to fall into the performance living category for sure, but getting healthier, advancements in patient care. Talk about Janis here. Janis, you're a young guy, grad school. You're going to get your MBA, and got your MBA in 2023. Your online education, since you're going through, you're studying to be a PA. You got all kinds of irons in the fire. Introduce yourself. Tell everybody where we're going to be going with this thing, and welcome to the radio program.
Well, thank you for having me.
My pleasure.
Once again, as it's been stated before, name's Janis Grigans Jr. Graduated from Alma College, emphasis in biology and business administration. Like he's stated, went on to Western Michigan, got my MBA from there, and basically just kind of took that knowledge into the medical sales realm, as most of my family, extended family, is all in the medical sales space, things like that. So I've been surrounded with this basically all my life. But I kind of took a little different path. So right when I was getting my MBA, I found this niche in kind of durable medical equipment, which is basically, as most people know, just therapeutic aid, things like that, either wheelchairs, oxygen tanks, stuff like that. Well, where the space that I went into was more of the cold compression side of things for postoperative care, joint pain, things like that. And started working for a company out in Kalamazoo for a few years. Decided, hey, there's plenty of different space where this is needed. And that's where I kind of found my own A2Z Medical Solutions. Started that about a few years ago, about 2 years ago, and moved on from there with the nice cold compression therapy system.
Talk about your family, too, because as you mentioned a little bit, Janis Grigans Jr. is our guest today, performance living, getting healthier advancements, long title for me, everybody, getting healthier advancements in patient care with a subtitle of pain management, talking about my knee replacement thing. Let's talk about your parents before I get into the story of how I met you and, weaving in the journey of my crazy last 3.5 months. But talk about your family, and you kind of dealt with that a little bit, but please go ahead.
Yeah, of course. So my father has, all my life, he started with a company called Synthes, where he would do maxillofacial plates, screws, things like that whole 9 yards. My uncle has been in the space with Olympus, doing colonoscopy scopes, endoscopes, things of that nature. So a lot of my family ties and the people that I've known growing up, things like that, have been surgeons, plastic surgeons, dental surgeons, just the whole space. I have been surrounded in that medical field. So it's really all I really know at this point, as you could say. So I came up in a way that I was better equipped to kind of understand all this stuff. And And that's kind of where led me to be where I am today.
Okay, so let me set this up, everybody, because you're just hearing Janis Grigans Jr. with me as my guest today. It's a performance living, getting healthier advancements in patient care through pain management. Now, many of you maybe have seen some of my videos and some of the stuff I've been cutting videos for the last 3.5 months while I'm going through the recovery of my knees. And I had the first knee, I did not have what we're going to talk about a lot today is the Nice Ice machine. Nice Ice, ram this thing in your head, everybody, because we're going to talk about this a lot. Okay. Nice Ice machine. I had done a lot of investigation into the pain management because I work ahead. I'm kind of looking at things. I'm trying to figure out, how am I going to handle all this? And so I had already investigated these ice machines because I didn't really want to have an ice machine where you have to put ice in it and refill it all the time. And it's just it's a hassle. Okay. I didn't do it with my first leg, my left leg, which I had August 27th. I had my left knee done, did not have the Nice Ice machine. And let me tell you guys, I did not sleep a full night for 8 weeks. And that is a fact. And that is the truth. I mean, it was here, and it happens with a lot of people, and so I just kind of, you manage as best you can when you're going through this. And the first couple of weeks is rough. So I did not use the ice machine that the hospital had provided me. I didn't like it. I used ice wraps that I had bought from Amazon, and it sort of worked, kinda, except they're on too long. They're not long enough. They get warm. You're trying to sleep. You got to get up. You got to change the thing. Let me tell you, it's a headache. And so the second knee, I was bound and determined that I was going to get the Nice Ice machine. I don't care. I rented it. I found a company. I found the corporate company. This was before I found A2Z, unfortunately, but that's okay because it brought us together. So I got the ice machine, the Nice Ice machine, which does not, and I'm going to let Janis, because he'll talk about this, but it doesn't require ice. It just takes water. This thing, in a short frame here, everybody, I slept fine. Okay. I had other issues with my right knee, but I had the Nice Ice machine through the whole the whole second knee operation, and my sleep was so much better. And as you know, if you do not sleep in recovery, you're in trouble. So Janis, we got about a minute and a half to go before break here, and just kind of give everybody a snapshot about the Nice Ice machine, just general. We'll come back. We're going to talk about it a lot through the show, but I kind of set you up here. Talk about it just for a second.
Well, basically, the best way that I describe it to all the patients that I give it to, it's a refrigeration system. So just like freezers, they freeze things. That can have its own complications, things like that. What Nice does is kind of refrigerate everything. So it's its own self-enclosed pump where it doesn't take any ice ever. You don't have to refill anything for weeks, almost months on end. Just a little bit of 8 ounces of distilled water and you're good to go. Stays at a constant cool temperature of about 42 degrees, which is kind of that safe threshold where we don't want to get too cold, but it's cold enough that like you said, you can sleep in it all night long, wear it all day long, and it's just a constant cold. And I'll talk about it later on this episode about the pneumatic compression component.
Which makes a huge difference here, and very, very well done. Good job, Janis. Weaving in my experience with the knee replacement and medical devices in patient care and pain management with an expert, Janis Grigans Jr. It's a performance living. Medical devices are his thing. And I wish I would have met him before I rented this machine, but I'm glad that I did the video to help everybody else out there on my testimonial, because I did not receive any money from Nice Ice, the corporate, any of that, nothing. It went really well, and I was being very honest about it. I wanted people to find this thing, and then all of a sudden, Janis found my video through a mutual friend from Michigan State University. He got a hold of me. We'll talk more about that story and how we evolved in our friendship and how they helped me, how Janis helped me so much, and A2Z really helped me so much with the second knee, because I needed additional help, because I'm a bonehead and I do things to hurt myself all the dang time. You're listening to the Tom Matt Show. Janis Grigans Jr. is here, getting healthier advancements in patient care through pain management, especially when you hurt yourself. Tom Matt Show. What else is new?
Thank you again to Brock Fletcher, real estate agent at the selling team with Keller Williams Realty. For more information on services provided by Brock, please call his personal cell phone at 517-303-3262 or by emailing Brock at kwsellingteam.com.
Welcome to the Tom Matt Show.
Welcome back, everyone. Welcome back to the Tom Matt Show. This week, by the way, thank you, Sandy, for bringing us back. And thank you, Vanessa and Mitch, for doing all your production work behind the scenes. And sorry, I forgot to mention you guys. No offense. Love you guys all. You know that, especially Sandy. Janis Grigans Jr. is with us today. It's a performance living episode with talking about getting healthier advancements in patient care through pain management and my journey with my knee replacement. Before we go through all of this and tell you guys and help you guys understand, and we can manage this so much better. This is so manageable that if you find the right people and things can be good. Knee replacement does not have to be a complete torture chamber. Let me tell you right now. Before we go there, though, I got to mention Brock Fletcher and the selling team, Mike Dedman and Stacy and everybody over there at the selling team of Keller Williams Realty. We have used them for years. They have been sponsors of our show for years and years. And without them, we can't do this radio program. So we appreciate them very much. And I would love for you to get a hold of Brock or listen to some of our reality of real estate episodes on our website, on our show. There's like 20 of them up there from Brock, from all his years being on the program. There's got to be a topic in there, buyer's agent, seller's agent, fiduciaries, all this kind of stuff that they talk about and how they help you. Brock Fletcher is the guy. I mean, he is the guy. Phone numbers. Office number is 517-853-6408. His cell phone number, this is the one you want to use. This is the one that Joan Wright from Williamston uses all the time. How you doing, Joan? 517-303-3262. You can go online to kwsellingteam.com where they have the best website around. I mean, it's super, super sweet. And it's great. You can sell your home without hassles like we did with Big House Holt. You've heard the testimonial from me many, many more times. And you'll hear testimonials from other customers in the next segment. So just believe in Brock. Believe in what he does. He's a good dad. He's a good Spartan. He takes care of business, and he's legit. Brock Fletcher, the thing about Brock is he doesn't invest his money, his marketing budget after he gets your listing. He invests it long before. I mean, it's like with his investment with me is to help you now. And if you're coming up and you want to buy a home, please give Brock a call. Again, his phone number to his pocket is 517-303-3262. Many, many, many testimonials on the show. And again, lots of episodes that you can go back and check on. All right, today we're talking about patient care and pain management. Calling this one, Getting Healthier Advancements in Patient Care Through Pain Management. Tying together my last 3.5 months of, I don't want to call it torture because I don't want to scare people away from having knee replacement. The knee replacement, my experience right now is so wonderful that it's like I'm blessed. I feel so grateful to Dr. Alex Gildy, my surgeon, Dr. Mike Shingles, my other friend, doctor, orthopedic surgeon friend who's helped me and treated me for years. This has been a long-term process. So when you get into the hip replacement, the knee replacement, the shoulder issues, these joint issues as we're growing older, and believe me, you guys, I'm surprised because I joined all these Facebook groups and I became the trainer who had knee replacement to all these people. And it's like, you need assistance when it comes to pain management. I didn't know. I never had a knee replacement. I never had a joint replacement ever. So I did my own digging. Luckily, I made a video that I talked about in a previous segment about the Nice Ice Machine. Janis Grigans Jr. is with us here. He's going to talk about the Nice Ice Machine and his life and his journey through. First, we'll talk about the machine itself. We just started talking about that a little bit. Your dad and your uncle are medical device guys. You're a medical device guy. We'll talk about school because I'm interested in your desire to become a physician's assistant. This is awesome. I love your drive, dude. You're such a good guy, and you really know your stuff, and you're a young guy. So let's get people healthier with advancements in patient care. Continue the conversation, please, with the Nice Ice Machine.
Yeah, of course. So as it's been stated prior, it's basically just its own refrigeration system. So this Nice Ice, it rolls off the tongue, but in all reality, it doesn't take any ice ever, which is kind of where things get a little bit wonky, where it's 20 minutes on, 20 minutes off with the ice. No direct skin, things like that, because you just don't want to add any more problems to the problem that you already have. With the Nice cold compression unit, doesn't take any ice ever, just a little bit of distilled water, stays at a constant 42-degree temperature where it won't warm up while it's touching basically the infected area or the injured area where there's going to be a lot of heat. That's what kind of swelling is and things like that in that nature. Well, it stays at its temperature, which is very nice. Even on top of that, the way that I like these nice units, I've worked with different units like the Game Readies, the Vascutherms, different things in this same genre where the Game Readies, you do have to put ice in, but it stays at a constant temperature for longer. The Vascutherms kind of work the same way as the nice unit, but even with that, the user-friendly aspect of the nice unit where you can warm it up to almost 60 degrees if you wish. You can change the compression settings on it, everything. Even at nighttime, those LED screens, God forbid, no one wants the blue light in their eyeballs while they're trying to sleep. You can dim it all the way down. It's a nice portable 9-pound little lunchbox in itself where you can take it all around the house, wherever you're sitting, and you can use it constantly. Normally with my patients, I run it for about 40 minutes and then on a 10-minute rest. But that means after that 10 minutes, you're like, oh, well, is it just done? Then I'm done? No, it kicks itself back on for like 10, 12 hours. So it'll run continuously without you having to deal with anything. All you have to do is just sit there and enjoy. And that'll keep the blood flow going, promote healing processes, and just kind of numbing the pain with that regulated cold where it's not too much, but it's just enough that you'll feel a lot better.
Okay, I got to jump in here. Thank you, Janis. Janis Grigans is our guest today. What you just said, enjoy, the word enjoy. If I could have found any enjoyment in this, it would have been, well, the enjoyment is when you came over and you brought me the nice ice machine. So here's what happened, everybody. And this is how cool these guys are. This is how great Janis is, because he saw my video that I cut, and it's on Facebook. It's on all my social media. So you guys can go watch that if you want. Feel free. That's why I do all these things. When they found that, I had just returned because mine was a rental and it was expensive. I mean, I'm not going to say numbers or anything right now, but it cost. Okay. And it was out of pocket, but I felt it was worth it. And it absolutely was. As soon as I sent it back, that's when I got a call from Janis, and he was like, such a cool guy. And he said, well, I have a machine. I'm local. He lives in our old neighborhood. It's like, this is unbelievable. And so he brought over his demo machine. He let me borrow it for 2 weeks, which again, very, very nice of him to do for me, because I had hurt my quad after I had already got to the point of where things were going really good. And I'm like a bonehead that I am. I overdid it again and I hurt my quad really bad. And I mean, it put me back 2-3 weeks. I mean, I was just like, oh my goodness. Without the nice ice machine, I would have made it, but it would have been just horrible. I got my sleep. At least I still had the bad quad issue, but that wasn't the nice ice machine. The nice ice machine actually saved me because it was the compression feature, the programmable feature of all of these things, everybody, it's so easy. Don't think of, oh, I got to program something. Oh, this is going to be so hard. It's so dang user-friendly. It's crazy. I mean, it's just, we come back from break. Janis Grigans Jr., our guest, getting healthier movements, getting healthier advancements, patient care through pain management. We're going to talk about the studies behind cold compression therapy, because those ice machines that they give you at the hospital that you actually pay for don't have any compression at all. None. We'll talk about this when we come back with Janis. This is the Tom Matt Show.
Thank you again to Brock Fletcher, real estate agent at the selling team with Keller Williams Realty. For more information on services provided by Brock, please call his personal cell phone at 517-303-3262 or by emailing Brock at kwsellingteam.com. This is the Tom Matt Show.
Welcome to the Tom Matt Show.
Welcome back, everyone. Welcome back to the Tom Matt Show. Janis Grigans Jr. is with us. It's a performance living episode talking specifically about getting healthier advancements in patient care. Myself, actually, we're using me as a guinea pig because I just went through it and it's like a testimonial to the actual facts. Pain management. Okay, we're going to talk about pain management but first I got to go back to Brock, give another testimonial. I love doing these testimonials. I do my own testimonials for Brock. You know, when Mike Dedman got Little House Lansing, where I'm recording this episode today, and Brock helped us sell Big House Holt, where my guest today actually still lives out there, real close to our old house, believe it or not, small world. And it's just the service that we received from Brock and the whole team is just incredible, just incredible. And here's another testimonial from a very satisfied couple, Mark and Maxine from St. John's, Michigan. St. John's, Michigan. My wife and I had a good experience with the selling team. They are very good at their job. I would list or purchase again from the selling team at Keller Williams Realty. Again, that's Mark and Maxine from St. John's, Michigan. Beautiful town. Just like Sandy and I. We sold Big House Holt, and then we wound up buying Little House Lansing. We wanted to use our guys. I mean, Brock is the man. Call him. 517-303-3262. You can text him. You can leave him a voicemail. He will return your call. He's a good dude. kwsellingteam.com is their website. You can go to my website, tommattshow.com. At the bottom of that homepage are some of our friends and sponsors. You can click on their banner and away you go to their website. It makes it real easy. If you're looking for shows or if you're looking for content from our stuff, please do. There's just so much there. It's just crazy. So crazy. Brock, I want to say how much we love you. And you're just the best. I mean, just the best. And you young people out there, get with Brock and let him figure out a way to get you your first time buy. Because you get that first time buy, you're going to start acquiring wealth. And the way to acquire wealth is through real estate. Absolutely no doubt about it. You own, if you rent, if you're in a situation where renting is okay for now, okay, fine if you're, moving around. But buying is where you want to be, and young people need to get a hold of Brock. Once again, 517-303-3262 is his cell phone. Give him a shout. He will help you out. Janis Grigans Jr. is our guest today. Getting healthier advancements in patient care, pain management, okay? Talking about the nice ice machine, the story. I've kind of shared that story a little bit, how I kind of stumbled onto A2Z Medical. And Janis, he actually found me through my video. Janis, let's talk about, now you talked about the programmable portion, and I said a little bit about how easy it is to change the programming on it. So don't get freaked out, everybody, if you think about this. It's so easy. It's so functional, and it will absolutely help you a ton. But let's talk about the compression feature. What do you know about that? Please, what's up with compression therapy? Why does it help?
Yeah. So, well, in tandem with that. So like the cryotherapy studies and things like that, obviously it's a very controversial space of whether that cold on an infected area or things of that nature, does it help in long terms and things like that? When you add in the compression component to things, where's a lot of your pain coming from? Well, you have a dissected area, let's say just in your sense, the knee replacement. That's a very invasive surgery. Well, the body is going to want to counteract that and be like, whoa, what is going on here? It's going to flood the space. It's going to swallow everything and kind of compress against those neurological synapses and things like that, causing a lot of pain, heat, and things along that nature. So with the cryotherapy and the compression components, what that allows is the filtering of the blood, the red and the white blood cells, to just filter it across the body, limit that swelling, limit that heat, and overall help aid in that pain with numbing and just over filtration, things of that nature.
I got to jump in and say, listen, what Janis is talking about, Janis Grigans Jr. is our guest today, everybody. The heat, I had no idea, because the swelling is so significant. Everything's wrapped up for the first week. Everybody, for first couple of weeks, you got that bandage and you get that thing taken off. The swelling is what's going to cause the tightness and the lack of mobility in your joint. And the thing that they get us doing right away is moving. And so any way that you can help get that heat down, get that swelling down, will help you with your motion, because unlike a repair of a knee, which I've had before, a meniscus repair, where you just kind of lay around and you don't do anything, just letting it heal. Knee replacement is totally different. Joint replacement is totally different, right, Janis? I mean, you want to help. So take it from there. I mean, the cryotherapy and compression, what have they studied out there, and what have you learned, why they work together in tandem, and how it really helps?
So kind of the studies that have shown is, especially in the compression component, as I have stated before, these units can be used on ankles, knees, hips, shoulders. I mean, whole 9 yards, all different wide ranges of different surgical sites in the joints and things like that. And what they have studied is that with that swelling in that area, it just presses against your nerves. And that is causing the irritation, the pain that we all feel. Well, the one way to combat that is by limiting the swelling in that area. One way to get rid of that is through not a constant compression that you guys are probably all thinking of, but this is a pneumatic kind of oscillating compression. So what the NICE unit does is pulsates every couple minutes and allows for that filtration. So when I'm saying compression, pushing on those nerves, causing pain, this is a slow release and acting kind of like a heartbeat. Well, that allows for pumping of new white blood cells to the affected area and allow for a faster, rapid healing process and therefore get you moving. Just with a total knee, I mean, every hour you got to be up, just like you got to be up every hour. You got to be moving. I mean, it's no sit back and relax kind of recovery process. It's a lot of work. And just any way to allow you to feel a little bit more nimble, a little bit more numb, to allow you to be able to do these recovery processes is just the most beneficial thing that you can do.
Share with the listeners, Janis, the size of the, I call it the boot or the wrap that went on my leg. It's not like it just goes on your knee. Like the ice machine that they gave me at the hospital, everybody, no offense to Sparrow Hospital, they did a wonderful job. They did a great job. The ice machine that they provided was fine. I mean, but this thing that this wrap that comes with the nice ice machine for a knee, it describe what it's like, because it just doesn't cover the knee. It's a lot more substantial than that.
Correct. So what you were talking about, what Sparrow gave you, is kind of along the lines with the polar cubes or the Iceman machines. You fill them with water and ice. The wraps that they have, they constitute those as a butterfly wrap, where it kind of just like wraps, especially for a knee. It's kind of more of a universal wrap that you can put on your shoulder, elbow. It's just kind of more used that way. But it doesn't encompass the whole area. It's more of like a finite, isolated cooling surface area. With the NICE unit, especially for our knees, just kind of talking in your experience, we have a full burrito wrap. So it encompasses the entire 360 around. And a lot of the patients that I hear from, where you go in to get the surgical site opened up is on the top of the patella, right there at the kneecap. Okay. Do a lot of patients have actual pain there? Maybe a little bit, just because you were cut open in that standpoint. But a lot of the pain is on the sides towards the bottom of the knee, because that's just the way gravity works. And that's kind of where a lot of things are being compressed right there. So the whole wrap itself is a big burrito, goes halfway up your thigh, all the way down to your calf, and compresses, oscillates 360 around, full cooling, and it can help anyone and everyone.
It really makes a huge difference, everybody. And that's what I'm trying to say, trying to help you understand that these advancements in medical technology and patient care, Janis's experience with all of this durable medical equipment, as he calls it, the advancements are unbelievable. And they're so user-friendly, and I'm kind of glad now. I wasn't at the time, but I'm kind of glad now that I had the first one done without it, and then the second one with it, because I can absolutely give you a testimonial between the two. Janis is here to explain what happened. I'm going to share the story when he came over to the house and helped me that night, because I was in deep trouble. You're listening to the Tom Matz Show. Janis Grigans is our guest today. We'll be right back.
This segment of the Tom Matz Show is brought to you in part by the Source of Light and Power by band leader Archival and broadcaster Mitch Anderson. Hear the sound that is endorsed by A2Z headphones, linear tube audio, RME converters, and Peluso microphones at sourceoflightandpower.bandcamp.com.
Welcome to the Tom Matz Show.
Welcome back, everyone. Welcome back to the Tom Matz Show. I want to thank all the radio stations that carry us on the Michigan Talk Network all over the state. WKAR out at Michigan State University is one of our independents on PBS. We're so proud to be on PBS at Michigan State University, 5 o'clock on Sundays. That's where Joan Wright hears us all the time. Joan is a big fan, and she is a friend of Brock Fletcher, who is our key sponsor and our another trusted brother from another mother, and it's all good. It's all good. Janis Grigans is with us, Junior. Performance living, getting healthier, advancements in patient care through pain management. Weaving in my story of the knee replacements that I just had, both of them. They're both done. I'm doing really well. I'm about ready to get released. As we record this tomorrow, I'll have my last PT and I'll see the surgeon and away we go. and I got an A+ on the first knee. And I'll tell you what, not sleeping for 8 weeks, I learned a lot about myself. And I'm so grateful to Nice Ice. I mean, I paid them a lot of money, but I'm really grateful to A2Z and Janis for coming over, finding the video, coming over, and Jill Mason saw it. Or I don't know Jill's new last name now, but Jill from Michigan State. Thank you, dear. You're a long-term friend. Janis, let's do the plug part here for people to find you. I mean, how would you like people to connect with you? Speaking, trainings, any of that kind of stuff. How can people reach out and get an estimate or a quote on this? Go ahead.
Of course. So it's very simple. You're not going to talk to any teleprompter, get any things like that. It's only me. I am the one-stop shop here. You can call me at my cell at 517-899-7119. I'm localized in the Lansing area, but travel out anywhere in Lower Michigan. I've done it plenty of times. Anywhere and anyone needs help, I'm right there for them. You can find me at my Facebook page at A2Z Medical Solutions, LLC on Facebook. You can reach out over email at either j.grigans, Grigans @gmail.com, or A2Z Medical Solutions, LLC @gmail.com.
Reach out, because I'm telling you, you want to investigate this. If you're planning on having a knee replacement, reach out, get some quotes. These types of, they call these things, I don't know why insurance refers to it this way, but they kind of call them, and Janis, correct me if I'm wrong here, but they kind of put them in a category of a luxury item.
So if you don't mind, what they have constituted these units as is no longer a medical necessity, and that's where you're kind of getting the luxury item of sorts. And what they deem it now as is a medical want. So it's something that you would want, and that's kind of how insurance companies love to change their verbiage and their wording on things. But I mean, it's still a want.
No offense to the insurance companies, right? No offense to the insurance companies.
Of course.
But I'm telling you, this medical want that he's talking about, I wanted it. I needed it. You need this thing because it's like, it's going to help you. It helped me. And I can honestly say this because I had it and I wore it for, well, the second leg. I had the rental, and then I had Janis. So probably about 6 weeks I had this thing, and it was like, and I used it every day. I mean, every day. And it worked out really well. I want to ask you, because as I was listening to you about the cryotherapy and the compression stuff, as you were talking about that, and if you missed any portion of the episode, everybody, go back on the podcast and get that. There's really good information on heat and swelling and what you can anticipate with a knee replacement. But is there any age barrier or boundary that people, can people say, I'm too young for this, or I'm too old for this, or is there any barrier like that, Janis?
So that's actually quite interesting because as you get older, most of the surgeries that I have entailed, just in the knee sense, these units, I can do shoulders, hips, knees, all sorts of things, whatever joint needs cooling, compression. Nice has that availability. I've done, as my patients have gotten older, I see a lot of the knee replacements, the shoulder replacements, the reversals, the hip joint replacements, things of that nature. I've put on 90 plus age, and I've had students in high school who tore their ACL, things of that nature as well. I mean, you can be kid to full-grown adult. Anyone and everyone can use this unit, just because, once again, that's because of the 42 degrees. It doesn't get cold enough to damage that skin. Obviously, we still don't put it directly on skin because why test that and kind of push that level. So we always just have a small little barrier around the unit, and every patient has slept marvelously through it. These units are actually being contracted out. These nice compression units specifically are contracted out all over the world to Olympic athletes, mostly downhill ski teams, just because of the extent that it goes on the body and the joints there. And they use these religiously in Olympic trials and the Olympic.
I'm glad you said that, because that was one of the ways that I found the Nice Ice machine, everybody, when I was doing my own digging around, and I wanted the best. I didn't want to dick around. I wanted to find it. I wanted to get it. And I want to see how much it was. And, these are professional models. When you get the Nice Ice machine, if you look at the retail cost, and this is not from Janis, I found this online, they can be like $8,000-$10,000 for these things. They're very expensive machines, but they work tremendously, and they're very, very, so they're a professional athletes use these things. And I wanted to emphasize too, Janis, and jump in here when you get a second, but it's not just for knee replacement. It's for any type of injury that when you have surgery where you need to have ice. Anytime you have surgery, anybody, you're going to need some type of pain management system as far as ice goes, because that's the way it goes. I mean, add in the compression, right? Am I speaking the truth here?
Yeah. So what I always say is, yes, normally I talk to a lot of my patients because they're having these surgeries, but anyone and everyone can use these. I've gone to PT clinics. Let's say PT is going to work you. That's kind of what they're supposed to do. If you're not sore after PT, then did they do their job? I always say. So after PT, if you just want this for a few days, you're more than welcome to have this. Just anything to help aid in making you feel better. Just lymphedema patients, just with the compression component itself, just kind of flushing that all out. Any kind of just regular joint pain, things of that nature. I mean, they can be used just as a therapeutic, just as much as like a heating pad that you buy off of Amazon.
And let me tell you, the heating pad comes in handy, but the nice ice machine is the way to go with this, because the wrap itself, because the cool thing was I got the larger wrap, the burrito wrap, as Janis is saying. When Janis brought me his loaner and he loaned me that second ice machine that I had a larger burrito wrap, leg wrap. And I like that better than the first one than when I rented. I didn't know to have a young man come over who really knows his stuff and set me up. I had to do all this stuff on my own. He set it all up. He brought me the wrap, and it actually helped, because when I injured my quad, I needed more, and Janis was correct, because you're not going to have so much pain in the knee itself. It's the surrounding areas where all of the swelling goes that hurts so much, and the side and the calves and the quads. So having that bigger burrito wrap for me really, really helped. All right. So the compression therapy, how do you get a unit? We'll set that up. We got about 1 minute to go before we go to break here, and we're going to be able to hit all of our points here. So go ahead and take a minute to talk about how do we acquire such a unit, from whom and where, and we'll come back and we'll finish that thread.
I'm the one and only to get these nice units in Michigan. So as soon as you reach out, I always say I can only know if I know. So once you let me know, I'm right there on top. I'll work everything out. I'll be the one solely delivering it to you guys, setting it up. And just as you mentioned about the programming and how it's easy, I set that whole programming up. You don't even have to worry about that. All you do is just press next, start, wrap yourself up, and enjoy it. But yes, as soon as you reach me out, 517-899-7119, or by email or by Facebook that I mentioned prior, I'll be on your radar. I'll come grab it or bring it out to you. Then I can come grab it. I stay on top of everything. So see how you're doing. You can have it day to day as long as you wish to have it. Once you're done, let me know and I'll be right there.
Janis, if someone calls from out of the area, they pick up the podcast and they're in New Mexico, you'll take the call, won't you?
Of course I'll take the call.
See, there you go.
But then I can contract that out with NICE itself and get everyone involved. But I am someone to talk to in this regards to just get it at least started and foot in the door.
Exactly. And see, that's the point. That's the point I was in. You led right down the path here. Good segue. Janis is the point man. He's the point. I didn't have a point man. I was my own point man, and I was talking to Sandy about, hey, I want to get this money for this. I want to do this. She's like, hey, you really thinking you want to? Okay, fine. Go ahead and do this. It would have been nice to know Janis beforehand, but now I know him now, and now you guys all know him. And believe me, these things work. That's why he's on the program. I couldn't believe the difference. It was so impactful for my health. I want you all to be healthy. We're going to finish up the show, do our last segment here in a second. We'll talk more about this, get you the contact info again, talking more about this. Janis Grigans is with us here, Performance Living, getting healthier advancements in patient care through pain management. This is the Tom Matt Show.
Thank you again to Brock Fletcher, real estate agent at the selling team with Keller Williams Realty. For more information on services provided by Brock, please call his personal cell phone at 517-303-3255. or by emailing Brock at kwsellingteam.com. This is the Tom Matt Show.
Welcome to the Tom Matt Show.
Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back to the Tom Matt Show. All of our listeners on WKAR at Michigan State University, AM 870. Thank you so much for listening and joining us and doing all those good things over there, WKAR. You get the fifth segment exclusively, unless you're on the podcast, but on radio, just a few stations pick up the fifth segment and you're listening to. If you're hearing me on radio, then thank you for sticking around on WKAR. Janis Grigans Jr. is with us here. We're talking performance living. We're relating to my recent knee replacements, had both of them done in the last 3.5 months. It has been an interesting, it's been interesting, painful, very educational, and I've grown a lot through this whole process and made some new friends. And I'll tell you what, when you get locked down like this for 3.5 months, for a guy like me who's just like I got to be around people all the time, and you take away the people, it really makes you focus on becoming a better person. And that's where I want to be. And I tell you, without the help that I got from people and, pain management and durable medical equipment, people like A2Z, it would have been more of a struggle than I can even imagine. I didn't even want to think about it, because it's so important. Janis, share your contact info one more time, and then we're going to go into a little bit of the business side of things. And because I admire you as a young entrepreneur, student. I mean, you got like 14 irons in the fire right now, and you're still managing very, very well. But go ahead, share all your info again, please, would you?
Once again, I'm the sole operator here at A2Z Medical Solutions, so I'm very easily reached. You can reach me right at my cell, 517-899-7119. That's 517-899-7119. You can find me on Facebook at A2Z Medical Solutions, LLC. You can find my email, both my personal j.grigans, Grigans, @gmail.com, or our company email, A2Z Medical Solutions, LLC @gmail.com.
As I said earlier with Janis Grigans, Janis is a young guy. He's still pursuing his education. He's a lifelong learner. I'd like to talk about the entrepreneurial side of things because I really admire that as you're a young guy. You've got your MBA, you've got your undergraduate degree. You were talking about when we had our meeting, you were talking about becoming a physician's assistant. You're a lifelong learner. You're a very, very, very smart guy and a young guy. Outside the young people, the older people, because I have, I talked about, remember I told you about the refirement zone. And so when you refire, you just change your life, you change your job, you change something in your life. You're constantly doing that. You're refiring all the time because you're learning, you're doing the PA. Are you committed to the physician's assistant? Is that something that is solid in your plan, or is that just something that you're thinking about? What are you thinking?
Helping someone in the medical field. Like I've stated at the beginning of the show, that's kind of all I've been around. I've been surrounded by the medical field in that sense. As a PA, it's just about helping people as much as humanly possible. Orthopedics, in this sense, that's kind of why this is really my niche with the orthopedic joints, things of that nature. That's kind of why I got into and started this company a few years ago, just to help people in any way that I can. Years down the road, NICE isn't going anywhere. These cold compression therapy units aren't going anywhere. They're always going to be needed. And as a PA, I can always just recommend different things along those lines to aid in recovery, because I've been there. I've done that. I've been around the space. Just like, let's say you tweak your knee, tweak your ankle, bust a hip, things like that. What you go to the doctor, what are they going to say? Well, they're going to give an acronym probably around RICE, close to NICE, but RICE is recovery, rest, ice, compression, and elevation. Well, I'm just combining the two, just making things easier. As long as you do that, that's how you heal, and that's how you get back on your feet sooner and faster.
Here's some key features coming right from the A2Z Medical Facebook page. Key features. I'm just going to give you a second, catch your breath here, Janis. No need to add water. This was unbelievably efficient. And let me tell you guys, I used those wraps that I bought on Amazon for my first knee, and a problem I had with one, because I left it on too long, my leg got like frozen and I got real painful from too much cold. That was a problem. I didn't know I'd have that problem. Too much cold. The Nice Ice machine is programmable. It's very easy to use. on and off compression. So no need to add water. That's great. Patients do not have to worry about adding water to the unit because the technician sets it up, or I set my rental up myself. Allows consistent temperature and control ranging from 42 to 58. That's something that I wanted to state, because as my swelling went down, and you'll experience this, everybody, as your swelling goes down, the need to have it really cold starts to dissipate. It starts to become not so needed. And so I started to turn the temperature up on the machine, and it worked great. So you still got the compression, and it's not as cold, okay? Easy to use touch control, absolutely no problem. Display screen, simple, allows for time programmability and overnight use. Absolutely no. That's why I slept, okay? And it's form-fitting. The burrito wrap, as Janis Grigans calls it, the burrito wrap that goes around your leg is it's actually very flexible, and it's very easy to put on. So I just had it in my bed all the time. It was great. Durable medical equipment. So you're thinking about this. You're getting your PA. Dude, you got more irons in the fire than anybody. And so where do you see the future of this going for you and your career and your life? What do you want to do as far as building this out? Would you like to become the big distributor for Nice Ice, or you're going to become a physician's assistant? What kind of encouragement would you give to other young students that are out there that want to follow in a guy like you? Because you're a guy that they can admire and look up to. It's like you're a role model. How and what kind of things would you give to younger people that are listening to the show, or the parents that are listening to them, about how you became successful? Because you're absolutely an A1 star. Go right ahead. Tell a quick story.
Well, as I always say, do what you love and love what you do. In any aspects of life, whatever that might be, whether that's medical or something completely different. For me, it's just always been medical. Everything that I am doing at this very moment, and everything has just been a stepping stone, basically building up columns to finally get the roof of what I entail is best for me and best for everyone else. Because at the end of the day, all I really want to do, just in this space or as a PA, things in that regards, is to just help as many people as I possibly can. Even with a PA degree, it just kind of emphasizes my knowledge about why I think this is something as important as it is in recovery, especially wanting to be in an emphasis of orthopedics, things like that, joint recovery. In all reality, I'm here to just, at this very moment, help who I can help, as many people as I can help. And wherever that takes me is where I'm going to give my 110%.
Share the quick story about when you came over to the house, just randomly. I mean, I had no idea, but share that quick story about coming over and bringing your unit and meet me. Go ahead, because you're meeting the fireball when he's all tore up.
I came over. Oh my gosh, it had to have been almost 8:00.
Yeah.
At night, and you were in some pain. You had your little bike there for your mobility, in that sense, and you're like, dude, I need this unit. I need this unit right now. Please put it on me. I wrapped you up, and you're like, oh, thank God. And I mean, it was just like instant relief, because with these units, I mean, it is instantly cold and instantly compresses, and the help starts right then and there. And that's kind of where we just started chatting. You're like, this unit is incredible. We started talking about how you lived, I mean, I swear, 10 houses away. How you know people that I know, and like, how did we miss this? And that's why I've stayed in contact with you all this time. Like, I'm not letting this happen again. If people in my area need help and they don't get help from me, I want to know why that happened and how I can help them in the future.
That's exactly what he said when he called. He said, well, how? Because I thought I had called them and left a message, but it was a different company. And so that's the whole thing with this, everybody. So if you hear this show, if you get the podcast, this is going to help you. If you have a knee surgery, shoulder, hip, ankle, any of this, any joint replacement, any orthopedic movement that you're going to have done, let the man with the MBA, the Alma College degree, and the future PA come over and help. This guy's smart as heck. He's very aggressive. Like you said, came over at 8:00 in the morning, and then we had lunch a couple of weeks later. And just to let you guys know, I had just sent that rental unit back that day, and that's the same day that I hurt my quad. It's just like these magical things happened. I was so grateful because my leg, I went from feeling great in the morning to dying in the night. I mean, it was just that quick. Yes, we're coming up on the close of the show, and I need a takeaway from you. Thank you so much for being here. You did a great job. First time on the episode of the radio show. I'll have you back. But what would you like to leave the listeners with? Give me a minute takeaway, would you please?
Well, first and foremost, thank you for having me.
My pleasure.
This has been a true pleasure and an honor. What I want the listeners to know, I'm available. Use me as a vessel to allow and aid in your recovery, whether you had surgery or not. Just any ailment that you have going on in a joint surface area, I'm here to help.
He is a resource that you need to maximize. Again, his phone number is 517-899-7119. You can go to A2Z Medical Solutions, LLC on Facebook, and you can find him there. It's a very nice Facebook page. Go check it out. I'm telling you guys, I had no idea. I do now, and I want to help you if you're getting ready for this, if your husband, wife, whatever is going through this, and many, many, many people are having this done earlier in life. So, Janis, thanks for being with us. If our show fits your business or group's mission, we want to be of service to you through our guests like Janis Grigans, medical device, helping me. So I want to help you, and I want to help them. Sponsorships available. Drop us a note, whatever you want to do here. If you missed any portion of the show, we have the podcast, that podcast thing. Always remember, before you can share love with others, you must love yourself first. Always. Thanks again to Janis Grigans for being with me. Sandy, Brock, Fletcher, the whole team over there, Mikey, all you guys, Mike Deadman. We'll talk to you next weekend, everybody. Have a great week. Go out and ignite your life. Thanks again to Mitch Anderson and Vanessa. Remember, the Tom Matt Show is a production of Boomers Rock Media. We want to bring your story to life. Thank you so much for joining us. Love you all, and we are out.
The Tom Matt Show is produced by Mitch Anderson of Black Circle Studios. Original music from the Source of Light and Power by the Ark of All.